Hi. Hello, hello, hello. All right. So I'm going to live chat. Oh, shoot. Oh, good. I have it on mute. Yay. So how is everyone? Hello. Happy Tuesday. It's weird that I feel like I've just been on because we did a live sale from the living room here on YouTube this afternoon. And it went really well, so that's good. If you guys are interested in our sale stuff, keep an eye out. We're going to start doing a couple more.
Real quick. 3 pounds, 2.2 ounces.
Awesome. But so it was weird to be on again on Tuesday and then come back knowing that I have Tarot Tuesday tonight. So hello. Yes. Happy Tuesday for real. Today is 2/22/22. And hi Dana, my love. And it's when Steven comes on, hopefully he can tell me again what it's called. It's the same backwards and forwards, but it's also the same upside down as it is right side up, which is called something else, and it starts with an A. I can't remember what the heck that is. But yes, it's that too. And actually, it's the whole week can be read the same backwards and forwards. So this is like the whole week of that. So interesting. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Tarot Tuesday. We are in the Tarot Tuesday kind of weeks now that we will be able to, hi, my heart's journey, MA and Lori, Fatima, Michelle, Mel, Dark Emo, hi. These Tarot Tuesday weeks are the exciting ones because we're actually talking about reading. Doing the readings, working through spreads. We're going to go through a whole lot of different kinds of spreads, a whole lot of storytelling, a whole lot of, hi, Mark. Mark can comment now. Yay! A whole lot of interaction with the spread and with the reading that we're doing, which I think it's funny when we get to this part of it. Hi, Tyler. When we get to this part of it, it is very much, how do I say this? It helps when I was learning, when I got to this part of it. Hi, Benny. Hi, Mikey. Hi, Steven. When I got to this part of the reading, like where we actually get to read, I said hi to you. It just takes, don't forget the lag on YouTube is real, Mark. It gave me anyway something to hang on to that meant I was more interested in the tarot than I was before. Because when you actually start to see how the cards intertwine together, you begin to get more excited about how you can, like, it seems to get easier to read. Anyways, for me, I know that was true. When I finally got to the point where I knew the cards a little bit, when I could tell this story and intertwine them together, it made it more exciting, and I wanted to do it more because I could see the exciting stories that you come up with a little bit more than just going through like, that's what this card means, and that's what this card means, and that's what this card means. I know that can get boring, and it's hard. It was hard for me to go through all 78 cards knowing that we had exciting stuff going on coming, but we kind of had to go through the basic stuff first. I'm going to turn this other light off because I hate that light behind me. Horrible. So anyways, we had to go through the boring stuff first to get to this part. So yes, it kind of sucked, and I know I don't expect everyone to go back and watch everything, but, can we have homework, please? Yeah, I'll give you homework specifically if you'd like, Dana. So once we get to the exciting part, then it becomes, it's more exciting, at least for me, I know. It was more exciting to actually see the storyline, to be able to knit the cards together so that the reading was more clear and you got to really, I know, it was, a lot of people say it wasn't boring. A lot of people said it was kind of boring though. And here's the thing, Emma, maybe boring is the wrong word. I think that it almost gets defeating. That might be a word, because 78 cards of just trying to it's almost a memorization, right? You're trying to remember what 78 different cards means. And it made it so, no, you didn't miss it. I'm just starting, honey. You're good. It made it almost defeating, like, I don't know if I can ever really do this. Sometimes when you're really focused on just these 78 cards, what does this card mean? This card means this. What does this card mean? This card means this. After a while, you think, how the hell am I going to remember each card? There's no way. Well, once we get to this part, it's a little bit easier for me anyway, to remember each card, because when you knit it into a story, you're like, okay, even, I will tell you, even today, there are times, court cards for me, sometimes I think, shit, what do I want to see about, what do I want to say about this court card? Because court cards have always been a little elusive. It's much more of an intuitive thing sometimes as to what piece of that court card is saying something to the person you're reading for in front of you. It's always kind of like, okay, yeah, I know that it can be energies or it can be a person. And you have to, as the intuitive reader, you have to go, okay, I have to knit this into a story. But once you get to see the stories that are intertwined in there, then you really start to go, aha, okay, I might actually be able to remember more and read more by telling the story. Does that make sense? Yes, not boring, but overwhelming. Exactly. It started me off in a way more flexible direction than I thought tarot could be. Awesome. Just like learning basic multiplications. Yep. Flashcards, studying, note-taking, spending time with each card will help. Absolutely. And I have to say, I highly recommend Jordy learn the major cards by making little rhymes and story songs. Oh, that's awesome. I was just going to say, it depends on how you learn, but I highly, highly recommend, and I know I've said this a million times, but doing a daily draw, even if it's one card. I used to do 3 cards when I really thought, okay, I'm starting to get the hang of it. I would do 3 card reading for myself in the morning, and either writing, if you learn better by writing, write down what you think those 3 cards mean, or saying it out loud. You could do a YouTube video on your own YouTube, and you don't have to post it. Don't forget, if you hit unlisted, if you do like a daily tarot vlog and you don't want anybody to see it, and you're not somebody that can do this and be face to face and allow people to see you, that's okay. You don't have to list it. You can put it at unlisted. When you load that video up, you can put it at unlisted, and then you have it in case you want to look back on, oh, let's see, last week I had that reading, and I think I said something about this happening, right? Then you could talk about, okay, today I got this card. This is what I think it means to me today. Blah, 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 and go on with that, because it's almost like you're teaching yourself. And for me, if you can teach it, you know it. You know it a little better. Right? Seeing how they interact. Yes, like the queen in this card is looking at the king on this card. Really clicked. Yay! Good. And that's, to me, that was very much my experience, is when we got to this part of the knitting together of the cards, it was like, oh, wait, I can see the story now. This isn't quite so overwhelming. When we look at these 78 cards, it's a little overwhelming to go, oh shit, I'm never going to get this. I'm never going to be able to look at this card specifically and say, this is exactly what this card means. That's not what tarot is about, though. It's about, even if you have an inkling, or you can look at this and go, oh, she's looking in this direction, and in this card, knit the story together. That's what intuitive reading is all about. And that's, I would so much rather you read intuitively and not know one single card, traditional card meaning, but be able to look at 2-3 cards together and knit the story together. There are people out there, a lot of people out there, who do not know the traditional readings of the cards and are incredible storytelling tarot intuitive readers. Incredible. They don't know one card meaning, the traditional card meaning. It's okay. If you can knit the story together, you can be an incredible reader. Oh, shoot. Hold on. I can't see the comments. 1 second. Thanks for the YouTube tip on unlisted videos. I did not know that. Yeah, absolutely. And that because a lot of people don't want to, list the videos like this, but what a perfect way to keep a record for yourself of what kind of tarot cards you had and what you thought about that reading. And absolutely. Not one person besides you has to see it. You could sit there in your underwear for all I care. Nobody's going to see it.
All right. Oh,
not you. For example, for the Fool, she's saying the Fool didn't see, the Fool didn't look. He kept his eyes blind to all and tripped over a book. I love it. Hi-yo, hi-yo. Yes, that's awesome. There's a journal on Amazon that has a note lines for each card. I watch your videos for each card and fill in the notes. I think it's called Tarot Learning Journal, and it's like $8. Perfect. Exactly. And if you learn really well writing, do that. But I highly recommend that you do that for yourself because the more exposure you have to the cards, the more you're going to be able to knit the stories together. Okay. Having said that, so I decided tonight to go over one of the biggest well-known spreads of all time, which is called the Celtic Cross spread. Celtic Cross Tarot spread. The Celtic Cross spread has been used for a long time. A long time. There are several different versions. I'm not going to go over every single version. I'm going to go over a couple versions, and we're going to talk about what each card means for each of the versions. There's 10, usually 10 cards, sometimes 11, depending. Some people use an 11 card spread for the same thing. And this is a good spread. I will tell you, I hardly ever use this spread for people because it's a pretty intensive spread. And I don't know. I think maybe it was intimidating to me because when I first started reading for people, I wasn't as confident of myself. And so I thought, I don't know, 10 whole cards, and I have to talk about what each card means and how, and I think maybe it was intimidating. So I don't use it a whole lot. I have used it for people a couple times in the past. I've laid it out for myself a couple times for different things, but it is not a spread that I use all the time. Now, having teaching on it now, I might use it more because it's a good spread to answer some specific questions. It's a good spread to get answers, and we'll talk a little bit about what A.E. Waite, A.E. Waite, the Rider-Waite Smith deck. A.E. Waite wrote about the Celtic spread, and really liked the Celtic spread. So we'll talk about that. Are you going to make a nest? Ty's going to make a nest next to us so he can hear about the tarot too. I have to show you because he's so fucking cute. He's like, yeah, I'm going to learn too, Mom. Most phones have voice notes. Yes, absolutely. Voice notes, you can do that for sure. Thank you, yes. Otherwise, we'll assume you hate squirrels. Yes. Please click the like button. I started with 3 cards, and more than that seems scary, right? Absolutely. I can see looking at this 10 card spread and thinking, I don't know. It seems awful intimidating to have to pull out 10 cards, right? Does it seem like once you get used to reading the story between 3 cards that using so many cards in a spread would take 3 hours to explain? Sometimes, but the good thing about this spread, and we'll go through it, but the good thing about this spread is that each position means something very specific. So sometimes it could just like be a 1 or 2 word answer, like, oh, you know what? Huh, that's easy. And I will tell you that tarot a lot of times will allow you to be very specific, and all of a sudden, not always, I'm not going to say always, but sometimes tarot is really good at calling us out. So we'll lay a card down in this spread and go, oh, duh, of course it's going to say that. Because we immediately know, oh, yes, I know exactly what it's telling me here. So remember that too, that some of these cards are just going to be a, whoo, yeah, okay. I have you on mute because I'm on the phone, but Ty. Okay, back in the day, every U.S. Games deck you bought came with a folded paper with the Celtic Cross spread on it. That is true. And actually, I was looking for one of those because I know I have like 10 of them around. And of course, tonight when I'm trying to find it, of course, I can't find it. As usual, right? When you're trying to find it. I do have, like, it spreads out into this whole table. Hi, Linda. And every one used to come with this big, like, sheet of paper that had the Celtic Cross spread on it. So, absolutely. All right, so we're going to look at a couple books. Actually, I'm going to start with this one. This book, Modern Witchcraft Book of Tarot. A little too well at calling us out. Yes. I still need to work with that not so easy deck that I bought. My first one, if you remember. Yes. Yes. I would recommend, Mark, now you may like that deck a lot, but if it doesn't seem, even if you like the aesthetic of it, if it doesn't seem easy to you, you might want to find a deck that speaks to you a little bit more to start with that one. I'm not saying that you shouldn't use it. You can still use it. But when you're like still really in the learning phase, I would start with one that really speaks to you. And for example, I got out my Witch's Tarot. The Ellen Dugan Witch's Tarot. This was the first deck to me that I pulled the card and I was like, oh, I think I know exactly what this means. And a lot of times I was right with the traditional meanings. Sometimes it was just the picture that I was connecting with that I would go, oh, this says to me this. And sometimes it wasn't right on, but it told me a story that I could then interpret into some kind of reading. So find that deck for you. Hi, Raven. Find that deck for you that really you can tell a story just in one card. You can go, oh, I think I can make a story out of this. Find that deck. There are tons of fun and unique spreads. Yes, 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 yes. Tons, tons, tons. I've given so many of those spreadsheets away. I know, me too. I have several decks I'm obsessed with, but for me, they're hard to read. I don't feel connected. Yes, I found some decks that aren't my artistic style that are so easy for me to read with. And me too. I have several decks that are really easy for me to read with that I'm like, I'm not in love with that deck, but I read with it really well. Lots of that. So at least find one deck that you can look at a card and go, okay, I can see a story in this card. At least one. Okay, so let's talk about it. So this is the Book of Tarot, Modern Witchcraft Book of Tarot. In that book, the Celtic Cross spread is on page 225. And I'm just going to show you the layout of the spread as we're talking a little bit so you can kind of see the layout of the spread, 10 cards. And it says this is one of the most popular of all spreads. Arthur Edward Waite, that's his name, A.E. Waite, the author of the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. Rider was the publisher. Waite, W-A-I-T-E, Arthur A.E. Waite, Arthur Edward Waite, was the author, meaning he designed what should be on the cards and what to say about the cards. And then Pamela Coleman Smith, she's the one that was the artist. So the A.E. Waite called the Celtic Cross the most suitable for obtaining an answer to a definite question. So this was one that if you have a definite question, this will help you kind of suss out all of the energies that are hiding within that question and be able to figure out where they're coming from, what the future looks like, what the past looks like with this question. It's a very good reading to kind of figure out all of the energies for that one particular, like, okay, where is this energy kind of coming from? What is it that I'm supposed to be doing about this energy? So it's a good spread. I actually like this spread a lot. But again, I haven't used it very much because it seems super intimidating, right? I still have an old deck that is still wrapped in the spread of, oh yeah, absolutely. See, they all used to come with it because it's a good spread for that, for answering all kinds of questions about that. Okay, so this is talking about the very traditional form of the Celtic Cross spread. So we're going to talk about, hi Mick, this card is number 1. Where is it? This card in the very middle. So you start in the middle of your table for this spread. You're going to pick a card in the middle of the table. Now, for this version of the spread, A weight tells you to find your significator. We talked a little bit about the significator a couple of weeks ago, where we said a lot of people will choose the court card as a card to represent you. So many times, in the traditional, hold on, I gotta put my glasses back on. In the traditional Celtic Cross spread, people, instead of choosing the first card, which in the more modern version, that's not quite how they do it. But in the original version, they wanted you to find the significator that you think, oh, this card represents me. So Knight of Cups, if that's the Knight of Cups, that kind of energy you think is you. The Page of Pentacles. Many times it's a court card. Sometimes it's like the Magician, the Hermit, the Emperor, the Empress. For some reason, if I have to choose one card, I always choose, for me, the Queen of Swords. And it has to do with, I think because I'm a Libra air intellect. So it has to do with that. I don't find myself that cold usually, although I can be sometimes depending on the situation. But so let's say then for card 1, I'm going to choose the Queen of Swords. You can, if you're going to do it the old way, the typical version, you can choose whatever card you want. Bobby's watching with me. Awesome. So the first card right in the middle here, number 1, according to AE Weight, is the card that represents you. And you're going to lay it on the table, just kind of in the middle of the table. This is your card. This card represents me. In the place where I'm at right now, in the situation that I'm in, this is me. Okay? All right. So then it says this card covers you and describes your immediate concern. Lay one card 1, on top of the significator. Now, this is why they called it the Celtic Cross spread. The Celtic Cross spread is named after the cross shape of the cards 1 and 2. So you're going to pick, shuffle your deck, blah, blah, blah. Here we go. We're starting the spread. Card 1 is laid down. Well, according to this, actually, card 1 is the cross. Okay. So this is card 1, the cross spread. This is the name of the Celtic Cross spread is from the first 2 cards that are laid down. Either your significator or in the present card in another version. But I'm going to go through, this is the first version we're going to go through, okay? Then we'll go through a little bit quicker than that. Okay. Card 1 covers you, describes your immediate concerns. So this is, without looking at it first, you're going to say, this is the problem. This is the immediate concern. This is the energy that I'm like, how the fuck am I supposed to deal with this? That's what that represents. It's covering you. Here you are underneath it. It's saying, This is the problem. This is the concern that we're worried about. Okay? So then, card 2. Oh, see, because this is not the way I do it. Sorry, guys. I'm totally going to confuse you now. I should probably just go with the way I do it, but I forget that a lot of people do it this way. So, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Back up. I'm going to go through this version really quickly because I don't use this version. I use the second version that we're going to talk about. This is you. You picked out your significator card. Ready? Sorry if you're writing notes. This is the problem. This is card 1. This covers you. The problem is covering you up. It's enveloping everything that you are. And then A.E. Waite says, now we're going to cross it with the second card. This is the second card. Card number 2 crosses it. Are y'all following? I know. I'm sorry. I start right out confusing you. I'm sorry. It's because I don't use this version as the older version. And I don't use this version. But it is technically, this is the older version, the more well-known version. Okay? So the second card is the cross. This is what crosses you. This describes the obstacles facing you. Card 1 covers you, describes your immediate concern. This is what crosses you. This is what is the obstacle. This is the thing that is the problem. So immediate concern covers. This is the problem. This is the obstacle. Crosses you. And Celtic Cross. This is where the name of the spread comes from. The Celtic Cross. Okay? So card 2. Card 1. Card 2. This is the same on everything. See the significator? Hold on. Sorry. The significator is under there. Card 1 crosses or covers the significator. That's you. Card 2 crosses you. That's the problem. So, and you can remember that because, and that's always the problem. That's always the thing. That is the problem. The challenge, it depends on what one version you're using. But this is always the thing. This is always this is the fucking shit. Yes, we have 3 cards in my hand right now. I don't use this card, which is why I just confused the shit out of you. So I'm sorry. But this is the card that represents you. You cover it with this card. This describes your immediate concerns, and then you cross it with the problem. This is the problem card. This is the obstacle that faces you. Okay? All right, card 3. Card 3, again, this is the original version. I'm going to show you the version that I use after. So I'm going to try not to confuse you with the version that I use after, which means I kind of have to read this because this is not how I do it. But card 3. So now we've got 2 cards here for, technically we have 3 cards, but the significator is it just shows you. We've got 2 cards here. Card number 3. This goes above you. Okay? This goes above you. Here's your significator is under number 1. This covers you. This crosses you. Number 3 crowns you. Number 3 goes above and is your crown. Okay? Covers, crosses, crown is above you. Card 3. This crowns you. It describes what is known to you. So it's above your head. Card 1, this is you. This isn't card 1. This is the significator. Covers you. Crosses you. Crowns you. Here we are. This is card 3. This is what is known. What is known is crowns you. It's on the top of your head. This is what is known. Okay? Everybody with me so far? Did I lose any of you yet? I know, I'm sorry. This is kind of confusing. This is why we're going over it one spread in the whole hour because it is, you know, it can be a little confusing. So 3 is just above. It crowns you. It describes what is known to you. What do you know? Objectively, what do you know? Right? Card 4. So the next card goes underneath you at your feet. This lies beneath you. Okay? Actually, because this is a bigger, oh no, I can't because it's different numbers. Okay. So here, card 4, this is what lies beneath you. 1, 2, covers you, crosses you, crowns you. Number 4, lies beneath you. This is the foundation of the problem. As above, so below. Thank you, Fatima. And that's, yes, that's how I use it too, but it's numbered differently in the version I use. So, covers you, crosses you, crowns you, lies beneath you. The lies beneath you card 4 describes the foundation of your concern or the past influences that are affecting this problem. It can also show what's unknown. So if the crown is what you know, what's below is what's hidden, what's in the shadows, what don't you know. Okay, as above, so below. That's how I use it too, but we'll get to that. That's the one I use. This is the traditional. Everybody with me? Let's go through it again. Covers you, crosses you, crowns you, what you know, lies beneath you. So either what you don't know, right? Or the foundation of the problem, the foundation of the situation going on. This is the meat and potatoes. This is what kind of lies beneath what is going on, what started this issue, right? Card 5. Card 5 goes to the left. See, goes, covers you, crosses you, crowns you, lies beneath you. Card 5 goes to the left. It's before everything we've done here. So that is the card that is behind you. It's the past card. It's what happened in the past. It's what influenced all this whole situation. This is the influence that is now fading away. Okay? In this spread, this is 5. In this version, this is 5. Card 6 is the other side. Card 6 is the other side. The right side. This is ahead. So this is before you. This is what's coming in the future. So we have kind of a past card behind and the future card in front. Stop right there. I want you to ignore these cards over here and see what this is. This is really the Celtic Cross spread. Is 6 cards. 6 cards. This is the meat and potatoes part of the spread. These are the important 6 cards. This is what makes the Celtic Cross spread. And then when you go 7, 8, 9, 10, those 4 on the side, that's kind of other things and how to deal with it and all that kind of stuff. That's okay, and we want that. But this is really, the first 6 cards are really the crux of the cross. This is going to tell you where this is coming from. What is the actual problem? What do we know about this situation? What do we not know? Or what has influenced this? What is really behind it? What came before to bring us to this point? And what is coming after? Okay? That's the 6, to me, that's the 6 really meat and potatoes of the Celtic Cross spread. This will tell us about the issue. Okay? Makes sense so far? I love the spread. Yay. All right. Then we have the rest of the 4 cards. So we've done 6. We have 4 cards left. And every single one of these, now I will tell you, I always do this backwards. Always. And I don't know if it's because I'm a Libra. I don't know what it is. But I always go from top to bottom. And most of the spreads tell you to go from bottom to top. I learned that what is ahead of you is for the next 3 months. Awesome. I love that. Love that. It gives you a specific timeline. That's awesome. I always go from top to bottom. I think almost every spread. Now, not always, not every. I'm sure there's ones that do the way I do. But I always go from top to bottom just because, I don't know. It makes more, I can't start at the bottom and go up. It's weird to me. But I know there's a reason for it. Okay. So card 7 is technically at the bottom. So now we've done before the past influences, what's going to happen in the future, and now right next to that at the bottom is card 7. Card 7. I'm knocking cards over. This is part of the problem too, is you need a big table, right? And I never have enough room. I always have shit all over my tables. And card 7 describes what's going on in your mind, describes your current state of mind. So all of this is going on. What's going on in the past? What's the actual problem? What do we know about the issue? What don't we know about the issue? Or, you know, what is hiding in the shadows of the issue? Card 7 is, how's our current state of mind? Are we totally flipping out? Are we, you know, what's going on? Are we oblivious? Maybe we don't know shit. We think we know, but we don't have any idea. This is the current state of mind. Card 8, and here we go, right up the 4-lane thing. 7, 8, 9, 10. See? 7, 8, 9, 10. Bing, 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 bing. All the way up. So card 8 goes up one more. I broke out a mini deck for this table. Not big enough. There you go. Perfect time to break out a mini deck, right? Because it takes up a lot of damn room. Hi, Michelle. Card 8 shows the circumstance, the people that are surrounding this situation. So this is the people in your life, or the people that are causing it, or the people that are surrounding you in this situation. This is the people. Card 8 is the people. In my spread, we call these the external influences. What is influencing it outside the situation? So this is the people, or the circumstances that are surrounding the situation. Okay? All my surfaces are taken. I hear ya, I know. All right, so then card 9 is above that one. Here we go. Bing, 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 bing. This is card 9. Card 9 is what you hope for, or what you fear, or perhaps what you hope and fear. Sometimes it's both. What you hope for and what you fear, or what you fear. And it's the same for me. This is what we hope happens or what we fear happens. So usually if it's a good thing, we're like, oh, good. This is the best thing that could happen. If I could say, what do I hope for in this situation? Card 9 says, oh, this is how I want it to turn out. If it's a bad card, if card 9 is like the 10 of Swords, that's our big fear. That's, oh, I really hope in this situation this isn't what happens. Please don't be what really happens. Please. Please don't be. Please. No, I don't want this to happen. So it depends on if it's good or bad. If it's good, that's usually what we're hoping for. If it's bad, that's the fear of, oh shit, I really hope this doesn't happen. Finally, card 10 is the outcome. Card 10 is what is actually going to go down. So at the very top, right, that's what actually happens. Hope and fear can be the same thing. Absolutely, Benny. Absolutely. Which is always a weird situation. And that's when you know the tarot is calling you out. If that card 9, if that is both the hope and the fear, that's when you know tarot is going, hey, I see you. I see you and I know. You know, and you're like, oh, fuck. It totally knows. If your hope and your fear is the same, you better believe those cards are calling your ass out. If it's the same, it's calling you out, right? So card 10 in that situation, that's the outcome. Okay? So let's go over this one more time. This is the traditional version. You have your significator. If you use a significator, again, I don't do that. This is not really exactly the way I do it because I don't pull out a card for myself. But if I did, it would be the Queen of Swords. So this is me. Okay? This is me. Card 1 covers me. Card 1 covers me. It describes this is my immediate concern. This is what I'm worried about. This is my immediate, oh shit. I hope, I hope this isn't what's going on. I'm worried for my safety. I'm worried for my, whatever it is. This is the card that says this is your immediate concern. Then we come to the cross part. Card 2 is the cross. This is the problem. This is the actual issue. This is the crux of what the fuck is going on in this situation. The problem is crossing you. So this is covers, this crosses. What crosses? What's our problem card? I pulled 3 cards for position 10, saying these are the 3 possible outcomes. What one do you want to work towards? I love it. See, there's so many different versions. Perfect. In lieu of a significator, yes. Can you use a sigil to represent yourself? Yes. Absolutely, Mikey, for sure. And that's partly why I don't like it either. Because I'm taking out, what if I needed this Queen of Swords, if I needed, that's part of my problem or something. And now I've taken it out of the deck. How do I know that I didn't need that for one of these cards? Absolutely. So if you write down your sigil and you cover yourself, then absolutely. That can be your significator. You don't have to have a card. Absolutely. So covers, crosses, crowns goes above. Covers, crosses, crowns goes above. The crown card is what we know. It's right above our head. This is what we know about the situation. This is the crown card. This is, I know objectively, this is what I know. Then there's a crown card up here, right? Card 4, what lies beneath? What lies beneath? This is either what we're not seeing, or this can be the foundation of the problem. So it's below. It can either be the foundation of the issue that we're standing on, or he lost reception. Yay, so I'm officially here. Hi, Jess. This could be, I use a flat crystal. Oh, I love that, Trisha. That's awesome. That's a great idea. That would work great. So like a cabochon or something. That would be awesome. So we have the crown card above. What lies below is either what we don't know, or this is the foundation we're standing on. This is the foundation of the problem. Okay? Then the card before this, here's our cross. It's so hard to see backwards. I always have to remember. Is that before? All right, the card before this, before the cross, this is the before. This is the past influences. This is the card that has the past. This is what has influenced this whole situation. This deck is The Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan. This was like the first deck to me that really spoke to me. And I could tell stories in the cards. So I love this deck. Just popped into my head. You could put a picture of yourself. Ah, perfect. Yes. A picture of yourself. Perfect. So you know, here I am. What's covering me? What's crossing me? What's above me? What's crowning me? What's above me? What's below me? What's my foundation, or what don't I know? Perfect. What's past influences are affecting this? And on the other side, what's the future of this situation? What's the future influences? This is yet to come. This is in the near future. This is with this situation. This is how this is coming forward in the near future. Okay, and that is going to be card 6. And then we start next to all that with the 7th card at the bottom. This is the current state of mind. This is what's going on in your head right now. Then going up, this one, card 8, shows the people or circumstances surrounding this situation. To me, this is the external influences. This is whatever has influenced this situation. This sometimes is people. This sometimes is your own insecurities. I can't tell you how many times tarot has called me out and said, what's influencing this is that you are too dumb to know. I know I don't talk to that way about myself, but tarot is going, hey, what's influencing you is you, moron. Get out of your own way. I can't tell you how many times that has been, and in this case, I only say that because this card happened to show up, the 8 of Swords. And for some reason, card 8 is the 8 of Swords for me a lot. Yes, and I will do an example, I promise. I want to do an example when we get to the wording that I use. Card 9, then. Card 9 is what you hope and or fear. So it's either a good thing, it's what you hope, or it's a negative thing, it's what your fear about the situation is. Could the U card be from a different deck? Yes, absolutely. Pull it from a different deck, for sure. Yes, yes, yes. I get called out all the time. I do too. Tarot calls my ass out constantly. Or as Ben said, sometimes it's the same ass thing. It's the same thing and you're like, oh, this is what I hope, but also what I fear. And then finally, the card 10, the last card is the actual outcome. This is what is actually going to happen. This is the actual outcome of the situation at hand is card 10. Okay, so that is the first version. That is kind of the traditional version of the Celtic Cross spread. I'm going to go through the one that I do, which is fairly common. This is the way I learned. When you lay out spread, you usually put the cards all face down. I do. I put the cards all face down. Because for me, it's funny. I jump ahead of myself. If I don't put the cards all face down, then I kind of start jumping ahead of myself and I think I know what's coming. And then sometimes when you pull that, you turn over that last card, you're like, well, that is so not the outcome I thought was coming, damn it. Because I saw this and this and this and this, and I thought we were headed here. But it's not always. And so I tend to start looking ahead and I start talking about what I think is coming. So I don't look ahead. I just pull the card I'm on. Wouldn't that be card 7? How you view things. Describes your current state of mind? Absolutely. It can either be you are too, like I've had, for example, if you get the 7 of Cups, you are too multitasking. You're all over the place. You're unable to focus on the problem. That's your current state of mind. Or how you view things is, all over the place. You are not focused enough to really view the problem or the situation, your current state of mind. So absolutely could be that. All right, I'm going to shuffle the deck, and then we're going to talk about the way that I do the spread and the way that I've seen a lot of people, maybe it's like kind of a more modern day version of the spread. It's almost the same thing. How do you know what spread to use? Good question. And here's the answer. Whichever spread you're more comfortable with. And I know, guys, I know. I get emails sometimes of just tell us the answer. But whatever works for you works, right? So if you're more comfortable with the spread we just went through and it clicks for you better, do that version. There's more than what we're going to go over tonight too. We're 49 minutes in and I still haven't started my version. So I'm not going to go over all the versions there are because there are several. Or did a red orblet just fall from Mama's ceiling? Ooh, I'll have to go back and look. What are we on? Oh, 49 minutes and 50 seconds, somewhere around there. And I wish Leanne was on because she knows how to mark it. Somehow there's a way I can mark this and put a bookmark or some weird thing. Save, highlight. Highlight saved your channel as unlisted video. I don't know. I don't know if that'll do it. I have no idea. I don't know technology. What works for you works. That's right. Hi, Arizona. By the way, that does remind me, guys, if you bought from me and it's the first time that you've bought from me, make sure you email me your information. I need your email address and your shipping address to peasterelli@gmail.com. Please, please, please give me your email address and your shipping address so I can invoice you and get your stuff out to you, okay? I did, Lori. I did get yours. Thank you. I lay cards face up, but I say what position it is. A brief bit about the card and then go on to the next card. After all the cards are out, I go back and read more in depth. That's perfect. And absolutely, again, don't forget, if do you ship internationally? Yes, I do, Trisha. I did. Something did come down from the ceiling. Oh, now I'm going to have to go back and look at it, Stephen. I'm so curious now what the hell it was. Ooh. I will tell you, last night at 3, and I'm not kidding you, 3:33, Raven, I think I did. I'm almost sure I did. At 3:33 in the morning, both my husband and I woke up because something fell off one of our built-in shelves. And it's not like we have windows open or anything. The dog was sleeping at our feet. We don't have a cat. Something flew off. So Mr. Griffin, the former owner, he's very active in here. So Mikey, when you're sleeping here, just know Mr. Griffin might wake you up and say howdy. Okay. So I'm going to do an example here of the Celtic Cross. Yes, it's Mr. Griffin. All right. All right, so it did look like an orb. Ooh, I'll have to go back and look at it. Creepy. All right, so this is the version of the Celtic Cross layout that I do. He was there first. Exactly. He's never done anything to me. He better not break my crystals. I will tell you. I still haven't quite figured out what it was that fell at 3:33 in the morning. As long as he doesn't break my crystals, or we'll have an issue, Mr. Griffin and I, damn it. So this is the version that I use. I do not use a significator. Blah, blah. So when I do it, I will pull card 1. Card 1, again, right in the middle here. See, card 1. Card 1 is the challenge. Card 1, challenge card. And we can look at it. Let's say this is 2 of Cups. How is that a challenge? It means my relationship. I'm just going to read it. My relationship with someone. Now, don't forget, the 2 of Cups can be a romantic relationship. It can also be a partnership. Mr. Griffin, leave my shit alone, right? Woo, here we come. Hot flash. All right. I wonder why I'm having hot flashes. Guess who's right up against me? He is 180 million degrees. I'm just saying. I love my tie-tie. But he's so warm. And his hot breath. I'm dying. Okay. Don't forget that the 2 of Cups can be a partnership, or it can be the romantic relationship that you're in also. It doesn't have to be one or the other. It can be either. It can be both. We're just going to say some kind of partnership. This is the challenge. This card represents the immediate challenge or problem facing me. If this is for me, this is how I'm reading it. He snores so loud. Yes, also business partners, absolutely. Yes, he snores so loud. him and my husband usually are competing snoring, which is why sometimes I end up out on the couch out here, or we call it a couch, the love seat, and my feet are hanging off the end of the love seat because not only does he cuddle with me and he's hotter than hell itself, but him and my husband snores compete and keep me up. Okay, so personal problems aside, my problem, oh, maybe that's it. Maybe my problem is my husband and my Pookie's here snoring. Okay, so this is the challenge. The challenge is I'm being kept up at night from my partners and significant others. If this is the one thing that if it was resolved, it would make things a lot easier. Even if you draw a positive card in this position, consider it carefully as it will still represent a challenge. Perfect example. Here we have the Two of Cups. Two of Cups is a relationship. That doesn't mean our relationship sucks. It means this is a challenge that would make my life a lot easier. In this case, it is competing snoring. Okay? So that's card one, right in the center, card one. That's the present moment. That is my relationship. I just totally screwed that up. I'm tired. I'm sorry, guys. Hold on. I'm going to get a drink. Because that's card two. You guys can beat me if you want. I totally deserve this one. I think Mr. G is here. Crystal jumped off the shelf before then a bunch of bananas, right? Business partners. Yes. Okay. Card one is the present. Card one is the present. It represents what's happening to me right now at the present time. It also reflects my state of mind, how they may be perceiving this situation. So this is me. This is me and my partnership, me and my husband, me and my whatever. Card two crosses it. This is the challenge. This is the... All right, this is about snoring and my problems at night. Because guess what? Card two is the Nine of Swords. It's not this huge problem usually. It's kind of in my head, but yes, it annoys the fuck out of me. So my challenge, my current situation with my partnership is the Nine of Swords, is the competing snoring from my partners. That's my challenge. That's what crosses me. Okay? This is too funny. Ready? Here we go. Card three. Card three is right next to it. I don't go above yet. Card three is right next to that. This is the past card. I go to the past first. Card three is, this is so funny. Card three is the Seven of Cups. Usually my problem at night before this challenge, in the past, my problem at night was I had too much shit going on in my head. My ADD acts up. This is the ADD card for me. This is the, I have too many balls up in the air and I can't decide anything. Usually this is what kept me up at night, is that my brain doesn't shut down and I have too many things in my head that I can't decide what the hell to do. And so in the past, this is what kept me up at night. Hi, Kay. And in the future, so on the other side, the future card, card four, is the future. This card represents what's likely to occur within the next few weeks. So this is immediate future. This isn't the outcome. The outcome's going to come last. This is in the immediate future. This is what's going to happen. A step on the journey. Ready? This is too fucking funny. This is about snoring and me having problems sleeping at night. The moon. What does the moon symbolize? The moon symbolizes the hidden things. The things that are in the shadows. The things that are keeping me up at night that I don't necessarily understand. In the future, it's going to continue. I may not necessarily always know why I wake up at 3 a.m. with hot flashes, with night sweats, with my brain, with spirit. A lot of times if it's somewhere between the 3 and 4 hour, usually it's I know In other words, you will continue to get no sleep. Exactly. Usually, I don't necessarily know why I'm up. I just open my eyes at 3 a.m. Usually I think, oh, great, some spirit is bugging me. And usually I get on the phone with Pookie. And I'm like, hey, Pookie, how you doing? Because he works nights, so he's usually up. And he's like, why are you up, Mama? And I'm like, hi, I don't know, just awake again. So the things that are hidden, I'm still going to be awake in the near future. But that's why, right? Pookie was meant to be there. He is. He's so good to me at 3 a.m. I just love it. All right, so then we go to card 5. Card 5 is the as above, and card 6 is the so below. As above, the crown card, as we talked about before, the crown card as above, this reflects my goal, my best outcome with regard to the situation. As above, this is what I'm working towards consciously. I'm consciously working towards this part of the issue. This is what I'm working towards. This is so fucking funny. Here we go. The 10 of Pentacles. This is a good family outcome. This is what I'm working towards. This is the above situation. And to me, when I say as above, so below, we're as above. What does as above mean to you guys? As above to me means in my higher self, in the best spiritual realm, the best me I can think of. Yes. What is it that I'm working towards? What's the goal here? The goal is happy family life. The goal is, look at the grandparent has the grandbaby on his lap, the content dog sitting here wide awake and not snoring. It is the outcome that I could dream about. The content couple behind me, all the money we could want. This is, I'm so content with everything. This is the goal. This is my higher self. The crown card for me is, this is the goal. This is where I would like things to be. How wonderful is that? Okay? Makes sense so far? So far, so good. Here is the below card. Ready? The below card is underneath. This is at my feet. The below card is underneath. This reflects that which is subconscious, delves deeper into the core foundation of the situation. It symbolizes the underlying feelings and trends associated. So this is what's in the subconscious. This is just too fucking funny. This is really like kind of the foundation of the issue. This is, if I really wanted to take care of this and I could take care of it with one thing, this is the issue, the core issue, the foundation of the problem. Ready? This is the 10 of Wands. I'm overwhelmed. If I wasn't really overwhelmed and I felt like I had 8 trillion million gazillion things going on, then I could maybe solve this issue. But since I always have a trillion things going on, little things like snoring and not being able to figure out what I'm doing, and hi Deb, and the shadow things that just come up at 3 a.m., they are keeping me awake at night. He's still snoring. Jen, you're doing an amazing job with this card spread. This isn't an easy one, especially, yes, exactly. Once you learn it, it is an awesome spread. So, and this, how funny that this comes up as the example. This is hilarious. So this is the foundation of my problem, is that I'm overwhelmed, that I've put too much on my plate, that I really need to find time to not have 8 trillion things on my plate that I'm supposed to be doing at once. And I might be able to sleep better and not have this issue crossing me all the time, right? Definitely a possibility. Okay, so then card 7. Card 7. This starts the row of cards, right? Here's the row of cards, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Going all the way up, card 7 is the advice. Card 7 is the advice. It takes into account all that's happening and presents a recommendation. What approach can be taken to address the challenge? Ready? I'm so looking forward to seeing what the fuck this says. This is what we should do. What should we do? Card 7 says what we should do. Ready? Card 7 for us, this is the advice. The advice card is the Wheel of the Year. The advice card in this case is it'll pass. You know why it'll pass? My guess is a lot of it. Well, we'll see. I don't want to say because, again, here we go with the hopes and fears card. I don't want to get ahead of it because I bet you I know what's coming. But the advice card is things come in cycles. So, of course, things come in cycles. Right now, I'm in the cycle of being up half the night. And eventually, that cycle will pass and I'll be able to sleep again. But the advice is kind of wait it out. It's going to happen. Eventually, you'll get through it, Jen. And that cycle will pass and I'll be able to sleep again. It's just in the cycle right now of it's not a good sleep time for you right now. We're in the cycle of menopause and we're wide awake. That's the advice. The book you're reading from? No, that was this modern witchcraft. That was the first part of the spread. Actually, this one I got from Biddy Tarot. Biddy. Biddy Tarot is they used the same spread I did, and I liked how they explained the different card positions. So that's what I'm using. Biddy. Biddy Tarot. Okay, ready? Card 8. Card 8 is the next one up. So card 7, this was the advice. Card 8, this is the external influences. This is the people, the energies, the events, which will affect the outcome of the question and are beyond my control. This is the external influences. This really doesn't have anything to do with me, but it is, that the advice is deal with it, right? Exactly. Unfortunately, the advice is fucking deal with it. Card 8 is the external influences. There is nothing you can do. I want to reiterate this because this is always something that you need to understand is card 8 in the Celtic spread is it has nothing to do with me. This is the external things that are affecting this situation, and we just have to deal with it because it's not at a point right now where we have anything we can say. All right, so in this case, this is the Two of Wands. And the Two of Wands, and I'm going to tell you right now, I know exactly what this is. The Two of Wands says you're at the beginning of opportunities, and there's so many different opportunities available to you that it's wide open. This is the phase of this situation that there's a million different opportunities at my disposal. And so because of that, it's hard for me to narrow things down right now. And I'll tell you that a lot of this has to do with my business stuff because there's so many different directions I can take my business. There's a whole lot of different opportunities. And that's part of what's going on externally that is causing me to not sleep at night is that there's so many different opportunities and so many different avenues that I can go in order to help my business be better. I got the moon for position 8. Perfect. That is the subtle shadow things. There's some things in the shadow that you don't know. There's some internal influences that are also with this. There's things that you're not sure of in the shadow. Your opportunity is to make them sleep on the couch, right? Or to go to the couch myself. That's what I've been doing anyways. All right, so card 9 going up. We're almost to the outcome here, but card 9 comes first. This is hopes and fears. Card 9, this is perhaps one of the most difficult positions to interpret. Keep in mind that hopes and fears are closely intertwined. Therefore, that which we hope for may also be that which we fear. And so, may fail to happen. Sometimes it's useful to draw a second card for clarification after the reading has been laid out and read the two together. So if you pull a card 9 and you don't understand what it means, pull another one for clarification. Okay? Card 9. So hopes and fears. This is the Four of Cups. Here we go. The Four of Cups. What does the Four of Cups say? The Four of Cups says, my hopes and fears. Yep, I totally understand this. In this situation, the Four of Cups is my fear. My fear is I'm being offered something. The universe is going, here you go. Jen, you wanted to do something metaphysically. You wanted to change jobs and you wanted to make your money doing metaphysical things, and here you are. The universe is handing me a cup that's full of possibility, and I am just, I'm overwhelmed. I'm not sleeping enough. My fear is I'm not seeing everything that is being offered. My fear is it's right in front of me and I'm looking at something else. Whatever are you using? Beautiful cards, right? This is the Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan. This was the first deck that really hit me that I could tell the story on these cards. So here's the Four of Cups. The universe can hand you a cup, but yep, can't force you to drink out of it. That's right. My fear is I'm focused on something totally different, and the universe is going, but look, here's this awesome thing, and I'm going to miss it because I'm focused on other things that maybe not necessarily don't matter as much or are not the key thing I'm supposed to be focused on. That is a fear. For sure, that's a fear. Absolutely, that's a fear. So, hopes, fears. That's card 9. Finally, we get to card 10. Card 10 way up at the top. Very relevant, right? Card 10 is the outcome. This card is representative of where the situation is headed and if and how the issue will be resolved. It assumes the outcome based on my continuing the current course of action. Don't forget that the outcome card is if you don't change anything, this is what can happen. This is based on the way that the river is flowing right now. This is what looks like the outcome. Always, always, when we read tarot, we know we have the opportunity to dig a ditch and go through and make that river flow a little bit differently, to create a dam and make that water reroute in a different direction. Excuse me. So remember that the outcome is not set in stone. You can change that path. However, in your current path, this is the outcome card. Ready? God damn it. Calling me out again, tarot. Linda, I usually have a fear of taking that next step and failing. Yes. Tom. Hi, Tom. I did not know that was you. Hi. There's a lot going on right now. Totally okay to not be feeling it. They might be telling you, yes, you're happy, but you can't feel it because of COVID and overwhelming. Okay. The outcome card says, if things go exactly the way they're headed, we are looking at the 8 of Swords. The 8 of Swords says what? Says, look at the amount of space in between the swords. There is a release. I can find the path to happiness at night. I can find the path to a wonderful sleep schedule at night. Yes, I feel like I'm blindfolded and binded, but you see the binds are not very tight. And I absolutely have the ability and opportunity to escape that situation if I just take my own damn blindfold off and see what the situation is for what it is and change what needs to be changed in order to do it. You have to be willing to push past the other swords. Exactly. Yes. Even if it's uncomfortable, to pull your own blindfold off, to wriggle out of what you feel like is binding you, and try to get your way out of it. You have the opportunity is there. Just fucking do it, Jen. Just do it. Stop allowing your fears to control what the outcome is. Stop allowing your fears to control what the outcome is. Jen, I was watching Hellier for about the 6th time before I came to your live, and then see little creature with those ears on your shirt. Yes! Yes, that comes from Hellier. This is, see, hold on. See, that's Phenomicon. I went to Phenomicon last year. Was it last year? I can't remember. But yes, so this is the outcome. That means putting Ty and Peter on the love seat instead. I love it. Yes. That means, I'll tell you what it means. Sleep-wise, I know what I have to do. I always, because I'm the consummate mother, right? You guys call me mama for a reason. I feel that. Look at, he's so damn cute. I love you, Bubba. I love you, Bubba Bear. Yes. See, look at him kick. Oh, mama. All right. The outcome is I actually have to move Ty, he's 76 pounds. It is not an easy thing to move Ty. But that means I have to get up out of bed and I have to try to pull him over and make him comfortable. Now, he's okay. He goes right back to sleep. But as a mother, I always feel bad. I always feel like I'm going to wake him up. I'm going to disturb little Ty. It's like having a baby. And I said this before. It's like with Frank, my first son, I had to sleep with him on my chest. And every time I tried to, he'd be sleeping for hours. And I'd roll over and just try to set him down. And and I'd be so mad. And I'd give him to Peter. And Peter would go, poof, and sleep next to him. And he'd be fine. I hate that. But as a mother, I want to make sure he's comfortable and he's okay. So he lays across my bed and takes up half of my bed because he's laying across it. And I don't want to disturb him. And I know that's silly. And it's like there's a mental block there. So I know how to do it. I can do it. I have to get over the weird mental block of not disturbing my little Ty. Because I love him so much. He's like a child, of course. He's my Bubba. My Bubba Bear. That, it's easy to see he loves his mama. He's such a mama's boy. Now here, I'll be honest with you. Peter does 90% of what it takes for him. Peter feeds him. He spoils the shit out of him. He cooks some air fried chicken and picks it off the bone for him. And all that he takes them 90% of the time. He takes them for walks, even though when it gets nicer, I'm going to do that a lot more. I just fucking hate the winter. But he does 90%, and I get all the affection because he just loves his mama. Your mama bear? Yes. Your mama's boy? Yes. So there you go. There's the Celtic Cross spread. Does that make sense to you now? So the first card 1, that's the present. That's the present moment. Card 2 is the cross. This is the challenge. Card 3 is the past. Card 4 is the future. Card 5 is above. This is the best outcome. Card 6 is below. This is the foundation, the subconscious problem. Card 7 is the bottom. Card 7 is the bottom. This is the advice. Card 8 is the external influences. Card 9 is hopes and or fears. And card 10 is the outcome. You walking through your card pull made 1,000 times difference. Yay! Good. I let cars sleep on my head even if it cuts off my breathing, right? Do the same things with my dog, but they're smaller. Yeah, absolutely. In a super relatable way. Yay! Good. Yes. And I've always kind of let my dogs do that, but he's the first one that's 80 pounds. It's really not easy to just move him over. I really have to like lift him up and kind of push him over, and then I feel like he thinks I'm pushing him away, and I don't want him to feel bad. Yes, so there you go. And there you have it. That is the Celtic Cross spread. Again, there's a couple different versions. There's a couple different different cards to go through it. There's a couple different ways. The 6 cards, the main 6 cards, that is to me the core of the reading is that those 6 cards, that's what really makes it the Celtic spread. You're talking about the current thing, what you are right now, your current situation, what's crossing you is the problem, what's above, what's below, what's in the past, what's in the future, and then you do the 4 cards next to it, right? That's why you need your own deck. Yay! I swear I will try. Hey, was listening through Mel's phone. Yay! You're just too big of a softie. I know I am. It's terrible. It's a burden. It's a burden. He's just so fucking cute. How can you not? I mean, look at him. He's just adorable. He's a beauty. And he's snoring again. So, that is it for tonight. Next week, Tarot Tuesday. I was going to go, I don't want to do spreads every time. There's so many different spreads, okay? And I do want to go through spreads. But I want to go back to, I think we're going to, next week, I think we're going to look at pathworking. Pathworking, which is a little bit different from storytelling, but just as exciting as the storytelling aspect. Pathworking is, and there was definitely a card in here that's like that. Hold on. Pathworking is, this is the perfect card. And we'll talk about this next week. I don't want to get into it this week, but I'm just giving you an example. Pathworking is, I want to jump into this card, and what would I see? What does this card, the story that this card tells me, if I jump in and put myself into this card, and I do a complete meditation of where I'm at in this card, what's going on, what do I look around and see, what's the energies that I feel, that's pathworking with the card. So I think next week we're going to focus on pathworking. We may do a meditation. I'm going to pick out a couple really good cards and maybe try to do some quick 5-minute meditations on pathworking. Let me see what decks you like for pathworking. Put on the event page, in order to make this a little bit interactive, put on the event page some of your pathworking cards, like a couple of your favorite pathworking cards. That would be awesome. I would love to see the cards that you guys think, oh, I want to jump inside this card. How awesome would this card be if I could be in it? All right. So that will be next Tarot Tuesday. I love you guys so, so much. I love you. You are amazing. Because my mama is my mentor. I love you, Dana. Dana, we are coming down. I so hope we'll talk, but we've got to see you. When I go down to see my dad, we've got to get together. I know nothing about pathworking. Yay! Well, perfect. Can I just quickly ask, with your shop, when you're selling on YouTube, how do you make the payment? Yes, it is going to be through PayPal. You do not have to have a PayPal account. If you do not have a PayPal account, I send you the invoice and you can pay it through any credit card you want. You can pay it through your debit card. You don't have to save your information into PayPal. I have a deck we would all want. Oh, yeah, Joseph has a good one. With some big penises. All right. I love you guys so much. So, so, so much. I love you guys for joining me. Please hit the like button on your way out. Yeah, it's super easy as a guest. Absolutely. Super easy. We want to jump on. Exactly. There might be a difference between jumping on a deck and jumping into a deck. A little bit different. Maybe not, but I'm not going to go there, damn it. Yes. So, I am still doing my Facebook Lives. So if you're interested in crystals and metaphysical sales, we do them on Mama Squirrel's living room account on Facebook. And we are going to start doing more sales lives on the YouTube channel. They will be clearly marked as sales, guys. That's one thing I have to say is that's hard for me because I normally would want to keep them separate, but a lot of people are not on Facebook anymore. And so I thought I would give you guys the opportunity. You do not, don't have any obligation to buy from me anywheres, but I wanted to give everybody the opportunity who knew me. You know that I know what I'm talking about. You know that I'm gonna have good product and that I'm gonna try to get you the best deal I can. So hopefully, if that's something you're interested in, you watch. But you don't have any obligation to do so. Just letting you know that. Yes, Friday evening and Wednesday evening also. Wednesday evening at 6 p.m. and Friday evening starting at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You almost buy to remain a squirrel. No, 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 no. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Happy Tarot Tuesday and happy 2-2-2-2-2 Tuesday.